Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. Doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning into the day's energies, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. Hope you're enjoying your Virgo season. It's about ready to come to a close here. Hope you've had a great birthday. Hope you've really enjoyed your season. Thank you all so much for your comments that are so supportive, not only of me, but of each other. It's such a wonderful community that we have here. So thank you all for being here. All right, let's get to your reading. All right. Starting in the past, we have justice reversed. Very out of balance. Something's very unfair, an injustice. Feels like someone's feeling very comfortable operating unfairly. Three of Swords, Knight of Cups reversed. Yeah, someone's not being fair in love. They feel very comfortable operating in this Three of Swords, third party type of activity. Feels like this person very, very comfortable with this type of injustice. Doesn't feel like they're telling you what they want. What they want is third parties. What they want is they want what they want when they want it. But they aren't willing to show up honestly and say that's what they want. That they just want what they want when they want it. They're telling you that they want you. They're telling you what you want to hear. I think you believed in the past that you manifested this as your dream come true. This person feels very emotionally stunted because they're not really showing up as who they are and what they want. They want who they want. They don't want to be in a relationship. They want all the offerings of a relationship, but they don't want to honor the rules of a relationship. They want to continue to date, to go out, to sleep with whoever they want. But they're telling you that you're together with them. This is someone very emotionally immature. They might even lack empathy. This person is just out to get what they want, creating a narrative, telling you what it is that it feels like they're telling you what you want to hear, but they're not able to deliver that because that's not what they want. Okay. It looks like you're quite a catch. I think why this person lied to you and told you that what you wanted to hear, that they wanted to be in a relationship with you, that it's only you in this, it's just the two of you. They're telling you what you want to hear because you are a catch. You're showing up as a star. You have quite an amazing light, healing capabilities. They're not willing to do the work to become the person who can have you, who could meet you, So instead, they tell you what you want to hear, that you're equal, but you're not. This person is emotionally stunted. They're not even close to your level. They don't put in the work and the effort. They're not willing to put in the work and the effort. They want this false connection. They're creating a false connection with you because they're not being honest about who they are and what they have to offer. They're just telling you what you want to hear. They don't want to work. They don't want to put in the effort. They don't want to be rejected. They don't want to be abandoned. You also don't want to be rejected and abandoned. And it looks like they're taking advantage of those wounds as well. They just want what they want. This comes from childhood wounds. This very well could be the codependent way that how their parents operated. This is definitely codependency, obsession, creating a trauma bond. This isn't about someone telling you who they really are and then showing up. This is someone telling you what you want to hear. They never stopped third parties. They just stopped telling you that they were involved in them. They just told you what you needed to hear to stay in this connection. I feel like you thought that you manifested your person, and instead they're not at your level. And I think that's why they at some point turned on you, turned from someone very loving, very sweet, love bombing, to taking you down. They recognize from the get-go they could never be. And they could never be the person that you are wanting them to be. They could never meet you at your level. So they had to deceive you and trick you into this relationship. And then once you're hooked into this relationship, then they're jealous of you. They're resentful because you're wanting them to grow. You're wanting them to be the person that they said they were. And they're not, which is very painful. They recognize that they sold you a lie. And when you try to hold them accountable, ask them to level up to meet you at your level, instead, that was never the plan. The plan is, now I'm going to take you down. Now I'm going to tear you apart because this person is jealous of you. They could never meet you at that level that you are at, star quality. And so instead, they can't rise. They don't know how. So instead, they chip away at you. So you're lower than them. Looks like you entered this relationship being very independent, very abundant, focused, a lot going for you. And then they came into the picture. And it was about tearing you down. It was about getting you down below them so they can feel better about themselves, so they can take control over you, so they have power over you, so they feel powerful over you. This person didn't want to love you. They wanted to take you down. They got like a dopamine hit every time they got to take you down a notch. All right. Whew. That's some messages. In present energy, Virgo, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. A lack of love, a lack of self-love. It looks like coming out in the challenge position is the Two of Cups and Virgo. Feels like you're resisting being yourself. There's something here also about trying to work out relationships. Feels like what you're working out right now is your relationship with yourself. What else do we need to know? Okay, there's a fight in this contract. It very well, for a lot of you, a marriage contract. Why is this contract a challenge? It feels like because there's no blessings. It feels like this person's not willing, never was giving into the connection, was never pouring into the connection. They never intended to. They wanted you to do all the work. Anything specific around this contract? Feels like a marriage contract. Again, occupation reverse. Someone didn't put in the work. And it feels like you met this person and they said that they were the good Lord. They were an amazing person. They were a match. And with the thievery coming out around this contract, so the trouble is this marriage contract. There are a lot of unconscious agreements. This person did not step up to not only the conscious agreements, to have no other. It feels like for some of you, it feels like you might have thought that there is a little worry that they never stopped their play or ways. And it feels like you met this person. They said they were this amazing person, but instead they never put in the work. They didn't put any effort, and the thievery. So they stole from you. They stole time. They stole your care. They stole your attention because it's based on lies. It's based on injustices. All right. So I think you're recognizing from the Ace of Cups in reverse that that's not loving. So it looks like you've been exploring a relationship that is not loving. Feels like you put this person first. In relationships, it feels like you felt very alone in relationships, uncared for. Looks like you're tired of that. I like that. It feels like you're mad. Yeah, it feels like the frustration, the anger, the indignity, is helping you, giving you energy to end this cycle, to put this type of relationship in your rear view. I think you're tired of relationships that are unloving. I think you're learning how to turn that cup upright and fill your own cup, how to love yourself, because you're no longer interested in these unfair, injustice type of relationships where someone's deceptive and lying. Anything else that Virgo needs to know? Anything that would be helpful? This looks like a mother wound that you've been exploring, tolerating a lack of love, lack of care, neglect. It looks like it's hard to let go of this relationship despite what I'm acknowledging. And it looks like you're interested in not only ending this cycle, healing from your mother wound, letting go of ways of being that are involved in this type of activity, because it does look like you really want to create your happily ever after. It doesn't look like this has dissuaded you from a goal of creating a happily ever after for yourself. All right, Virgo. In what's hidden, we have the Sun in reverse. A lack of clarity, a lack of happiness. I get the feeling that you've had a lot of depression or a lack of happiness in your life because of this confusing way. Yes, because of the lies and deception that have kept you very sad, grieving. Feels like some of you are kind of stuck in this sadness, in grief, stuck in going over and over and over again what has happened to you. Some of you, I get like there's a need to analyze, a rework, to understand what happened. But there are some of you that are stuck in grief, that are creating a pattern of being stuck in this sadness from the past. Feels like you really want to make what you're assessing, what's happened, work for you. It feels like stepping away from analyzing. When you get to a point, it's time to ask different questions. How do I make what I've been through in the past, how do I make it work for me? How do I learn from what I've gone through, so going forward I can take the bounce? How do I heal from this so I can have relationships that I would prefer? The truth. It looks like bringing in the Ace of Swords is a good place to start. Not just the truth about what this person did. It feels like that's the first level of processing. Like, what did I just come through? Who is this person really? And then at some point, healing enough and bringing in the energy of truth. How can I see what my part in this is? Not blame, but what made me attracted to this person? What made me ignore red flags? What made me unable to see the truth around this so I don't have this happen again? So at some point, there's a shift. It's not just about this person and this activity, but how can you allow what's happened to you happen for you, not to you? How can you take the bounce? And what it looks like here from the get-go is truth, speaking the truth, seeing uncomfortable truths. The more I allowed uncomfortable truths about myself, the bigger my shifts and changes are. It looks like healthy boundaries are important going forward. Do you have healthy boundaries? Do you feel like you have to say yes? Are you a people pleaser? Or it looks like creating healthy boundaries. No, I don't want to do that. And allowing someone to feel uncomfortable. Feels like you were raised to absorb everyone else's discomfort. You're not allowed to make anyone else uncomfortable. So it looks like creating healthy boundaries. Allowing people to be disappointed. Allowing them to feel uncomfortable. It also looks like getting to a point where you see who this person is, so you can make decisions about, this person doesn't have access to me. But when it's time to see the truth about how you're operating, it feels like letting go of victim mentality, letting go of things happen to me, and change that to things happen for me. If what happened in the past was happening for me, if everything that's happened has been happening for me, then how do I change my mindset so I can make that everything that's happened happens for me? That I can take the bounce of negativity, that everything that happens, I can take and use to my advantage, which is a very different mindset and mentality than I have no control, I'm a victim to my circumstances. It feels like a conscious shift. You have to decide and then consciously continue to perceive things in that vantage point. All right, the outcome and advice, Virgo, is the Knight of Swords. Fast moving, quick communication. New way of, this feels like a fast new way of seeing things. All right. It's communication coming in. It's interesting because there's also another communication here of deception, someone not learning. Feels like you're turning that around. You're turning maybe a less mature way of perceiving things. Page of Swords reversed. Feels like you're turning that Page of Swords reversed to Knight of Swords upright. I'm seeing things differently. I'm not seeing things from a vantage point of blocks, and I'm allowing myself to see things in a way, in a perspective, so they move quickly, so I can make the use of this energy. And it looks like once you change your perspective, change your point of view, then things really start changing outwardly. Then it feels like once you change that perspective here, the mindset, some type of stuck mindset that's limiting, once you change that mindset, then you can start making moves, taking actions in the 3D. And it feels like that mindset helps things move energetically, and then you can start making moves in the 3D. Making moves, moving on, moving. It does look like in the outcome, there's also this energy of people not being happy with you, not liking. It feels like someone criticizing, maybe even publicly or in a public setting in front of others. It feels like someone has something negative to say about you. It doesn't feel like you're responding to it. It feels like it's almost you're allowing people to have negative opinions about you without going into like a strategy or say. It feels like, okay, you're allowed to have your opinion of me. That's very interesting. It feels very empowering to not have to chase people, to not have to see how they're feeling about you and trying to write that. It feels like just letting someone not like you. Moving on. Letting it go. Things not getting to you. There's a lot of moving on type of energy. Things not bothering you like they used to, people not bothering you. It feels like they're not bothering you because you've reworked things. Because you're not taking things so personally. Because you're not in victim mode. Things aren't happening to you, they're happening for you. And so when someone shows up saying something negatively, it feels more like, wow, interesting. Like, I'm just not taking it personally. It doesn't have the bite that it used to have. I think because you're letting go of, it's not your responsibility how people feel. And it really helps you find peace. It feels like you're wanting calm. You're wanting to take control of your wheel of fortune and create a pathway forward of luck, of accountability, of control, not controlling kind of is like this, but understanding and being in flow. There's a new timeline here that you're creating for yourself. Yeah, it looks like you're healing emotional wounds and really transforming who you are, how you're showing up. And it feels like it's having a reaction in your environment. People are celebrating you. People are... Feels like what I'm perceiving here overall, Virgo, is once you change your relationship with yourself, once you start really examining your wounds and healing them, then things start changing in your environment. But it feels like the impetus, the change is needed within you. To have the outward change that you would prefer going forward. So, whew, what a reading. All right, Virgo, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy. This is a collaborative, co-creative experience. So, thank you for being here. Hope that was helpful. Take care.